What's up, my friends? Happy Friday. It's time to get paid. We're going to build some lineups, looking at DraftKings, looking at FanDuel, using TeamRiserFall.com and Fantasy Cruncher. All of our monthly members get $20 to use on Fantasy Cruncher every month. High five for the partnership with FC. You all get access to us and them for one price. So grab that link down below in the description section. And if you are watching live or watching on replay later, scroll down that little mobile device and hit the like button. Oh, wait. YouTube. Smash the like button. Drop a comment down below. Turn your noties on and all the other nerdy YouTube comments. There you go, fam. Was that not the best YouTube intro I've ever done? Ooh. I remembered all three things to start off the stream. That's usually at the end of the stream. I'm like, oh yeah, hey, if you've been watching, hit the like button. Such a dummy. Got to do it in the beginning. Yay. I got it in. I feel so good about myself. Like, what a start. Probably only go down from here. That's as good as the intro gets from me, as I was more focused than I've ever been. What's up, chat? Rojo, good morning, fam. Good to see you, man. Shuey, good morning. Welcome to the stream, Rakesh. Appreciate you. Full, a dull and rainy London. Oh, my goodness, man. Getting the international viewers. Love it. Bang, bang, rise or fall gang. I like that. What's up to Brownies? What's up, Real King? Good to see you, Tyrell. Welcome back. Morning, Casey. All right, let's go. So we got a little DraftKings action. Got a little FanDuel action. Going to go ahead and plug in. I've had very good first 2 weeks. I've made some money. I'm profitable through 2 weeks. Not terribly profitable. I mean, I think if FanDuel started at like $1,200, I'm up to, what is it, $1,629. DraftKings, I think, was like $1,000. It's up to $1,331. So the single entry been going well as I've marched through this first 2 weeks trying to become a single entry player, as I've spent the better part of 5 years doing MME only. So let me go ahead and start off. I've been playing the 75 for the stiff arm, and the 75 on DraftKings is another one. Didn't go as well last week, but I had some smaller single entries do better in like small 100-person leagues and stuff like that. So I'm still trying to get a little bit better for NFL on DraftKings in the larger tournaments, as I want some of my better scores that have been in the smaller ones to be in my big one. All right, so Classic, Sunday, Featured, and I want the $75 goal line. I've been doing this one with 3 entries. I'm kind of thinking on just doing a single entry this week. Just a single, just like FanDuel. It's just been going so well on FanDuel. I don't know why I'm doing it differently over here. 555 people, 50,000, 5,000 in first place. That's perfect. We'll do this one. All right, cool. Let's get after it. Today. Let's be amazing. All right, I've also got FC loaded up. And when I build my lineups, I'm not going in here and hand building. Screw that. I'm not sitting on the toilet on my cell phone trying to make lineups. No. I'm taking our projections. I'm tossing in the Fantasy Cruncher. I'm setting my rules. I got my player pools, things like that. And I'm trying to win myself some money by crunching out the most optimal approach based on what I'm trying to create for the week. If you have been under a rock all week, we had $1 million winner this past week. Remember, this was cool. Mad Cow 65. If you tuned in today, sitting on your Millie Maker win, congratulations. Congratulations. There you go. $1 million. OMG. Guy won a Millie Maker this week. So freaking cool. And I wanted to show off the Study Hub. Got to grab the initial projections here too. Wanted to show off the Study Hub as CG's been adding stuff to them. Added letter grades to the projection file so you can load that to FC as well. Whoa, you beast. Appreciate you. So the letter grades, here they are. They're also on the projections page, which my slow internet while I'm streaming and my wife's doing a meeting too. It's going to be super slow today. Is here. And you can see they're all the way over here on the right. What he means by downloading them is I can click this download button. And let me close out my brand overlay. And you can see down here in the bottom corner, DK projections. And then I go into, well, that's DK. I need FanDuel. And then I go into FC, upload data, upload file, got my projections. All right, I want the name. And if you go all the way down here, I want the FanDuel projection. And then down here, I can select the different things I want. Like if I want to upload our ownership, our rise percentage, our optimal percentage, our leverage score, and the tiers. And if I put these in, I can add them as new columns. They'll pop in here. I add the data, and you'll see now they're here. Upload projections. And whenever I upload new columns, I like to do a quick refresh. Just kind of aligns things smoothly here on FC. And there you go. Now you could like make your player pool however you see fit based on our rating system. So you've got the projection and the value side by side. So, you know, some plays might be better than others. And you look at this and you say, wow, there's only 2 AAs this week. You got Josh Allen projected projection ranked is A, value ranking is A. Same for Jalen Hurts, and you go to Lamar Jackson, a B, so on and so forth. Kirk Cousins down here, BA. He's pretty BA this year. And a matchup with Detroit, 52.5-point total, I think. And they're favored by 6 points at home. So that's an interesting one, probably in my single entry pool this week. Stackability through the roof for this game. And yeah, I'm going to put him on my short list. So if I were to just use the tiers here, these guys currently on my short list, Kyler Murray, BA down here. You know what, CG? I'm wondering if instead of lettering them, you give them numerical value. Like tier 1 is an A, tier 2 is a B. Because if they're numerical values, I can sort them. I mean, you could just filter them. Sure. But if I want to sort them, like click to ascending value, I can't do it unless it's a 1. So maybe we do that because it's tiered rankings. So it says DK projection tier. A's could be 1s, B's could be 2s, C's could be 3s. And then somebody who's using Fantasy Cruncher to build lineups can come in here and just sort. You could also just like remove the DE and stuff like that too. No, you can't. You can't ascend by A's. It's not going to work. It's got to be a number. Got to be a number. I see you in chat. It's got to be a number. Good point. Yeah. It's worth thinking about. Just gives people an opportunity. I mean, a lot of people will just use the filters. I mean, there's always that. You know, you could just filter out only A's. So, I mean, my pool this week, coincidentally, is kind of aligned right with this. I'm not on Kyler Murray, so I'm removing him, even though we have him for a projected B and a value of A. My short pool was already going to be Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, who I continue to play, Jalen Hurts, Kirk Cousins, and then Tua. Could potentially come crashing back down to earth this week, but got to be included. So here's my tight pool. And I'm telling you right now, I'm already leaning. Oh, and one more. Oops. Where'd he go? What's his price this week? Jared Goff. There we go. I'm already leaning towards using my single entry as Cousins or Goff this week. Jalen Hurts a fine option too. Just unfortunate. I think he's only got 1 touchdown pass this year so far. But that's another crazy good game stack. Oh, where's Wentz? There's 2 games. And I'm just looking at these 2 games really. And I know some of these, here he is, E and E. So I'd be bucking the trend if I use some of these guys. But like Wentz in Philly, 47.5-point total, 7 touchdowns through the first 2 weeks, just unloading the football. He's got some really good pass catchers this year. You know, Jalen Hurts running like crazy. 28 carries, 3 rushing touchdowns. Doesn't need the passing touchdowns. Kind of makes me not want to stack Hurts if I use them. I would use Hurts and then literally stack on the other side without Hurts. I'd go like Hurts with Curtis Samuel and Logan Thomas or something, right? How you leave Wentz off. Yeah, I mean, like, I think a lot of people this week go Allen or Tua. I do. I think this game might be a little too popular for me. I don't entirely know how much I want Lamar against New England this week. on the road. He has looked so good through the first 2 weeks. 6 passing touchdowns. Who saw that coming? But he's priced as such. I don't know if I can stack anybody from New England. So you know what? Gone. Made that decision. I don't want to stack anybody in that game. So he's gone. So I've fine-tuned my quarterback pool here. Allen, tons of stackability. Tua, tons of stackability. Hurts, could go naked Hurts with no pass catcher. Or if you want like maybe Dallas Goedert or something. And then many guys you can run back on Washington. Cousins, I mean, heck. You can go Jefferson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and just let it be. Same with Goff. Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jefferson. And then the Wentz factor here. I mean, I know it goes against what we're showing right now, but it's hard for me not to attack this Philly and Washington game. Truly. And then I could just run Jefferson and Amon-Ra St. Brown in an opposing game stack without the quarterbacks. Take a drink of coffee. Ooh, this is nice. This is nice. This is going to shape up to be a real good week. Let's make DraftKings real quick too. Man, I really like the new look, CG. I think he did a really good job. And at the bottom of the screen, y'all can see it, right? He put up these new tabs. So now it's just separated by the site. Instead of having like your quarterbacks and then you seeing DraftKings, FanDuel, Yahoo, SuperDraft. No. He just split it up. So it's like, no, Mitch, I don't play Yahoo. Mitch, I don't play FanDuel. I'm a DK player. Okay, cool. You just click the DK tabs. Glorious, bro. This is really cool. Oh, by the way, the filters up here, like you can click these. Here are all the AAs. How nice is this? Here's the AA running backs this week. Mixon, Cook, Fournette. That's it. Okay, so maybe you want A's and B's. So you click and drag. There's your AB tier. So for you people that are like, I don't want to use these little filters, right? You don't want to use the sorting filters right here. Oh man, did CG make it click right here, give you an easy button? How freaking nice is this? Let me put this on full screen. Instant exact. I was just about to say, how nice is this? You can quickly make your own player pools now by just using the filter button. I mean, if you've been around for a long time, you know the projections have been solid for a long time, right? So, like, here are your 2 quarterbacks on DK. By the way, I literally just spent time talking about these 2. All right, Hurts and Cousins. Your player pool for running backs. There you go. You go to wide receivers. Maybe you extend your wide receiver pool a little bit because there's just so many. Maybe I include the C's. Probably will give me a little salary relief as well, right? Look, a lot of 5K targets. Some guys I really like this week, Drake London included. They're color coordinated. Oh my gosh. I love this. This is the first time I got a chance to look at it. CG, bro. Way to go. Little tight end pool. Got some cheaper options. Go over to defense. Don't have one for defense yet. Oh, defense right here. Oh, DK right here. Here's my defensive tiers. 2.9, 2.4, 3.1K. Cleveland just played. All right, so we got Giants against Dallas. Philly against Washington. Very nice. Philly, the only one on Sunday main site. So maybe I add like C's in there, Then you click this little X right here. It unfilters them all. This is just, dude, this is such a nice, we got to have this for all study hubs, right? I want this on I want people to go back into PGA next week and be able to do this for PGA Study Hub. This is, oh, you have it there? You sexy mother brother. Guy, this is so cool. Look at that. Like, boom. I've got a group of golfers that I could just take based on the projections alone and just say to myself, I want these guys, and you take them and you upload them in the FC and put them in a group. Like, this is where the groups come into play. You make a group of like those golfers and say you must use at least 2, must use at least 3. Bro, you just made an easy button for people who might get a little overwhelmed by spreadsheets. And you've told them, y'all can just go in there and make your own player pool. We have it on PGA, NBA, and MLB so far, along with NFL. Glorious. Glorious. CG, can you do me a favor today? You pop in here. Just do like something like this. Take a screenshot or 2 and then alert the Ronin tier private channel in Discord and be like, hey guys, I added these filters so you could quickly make player pools. And you just throw a couple screenshots in there and people can see, like, if you click this, I have filtered by click, drag, drop for the main slate. Click AB, drag, drop, click AB, drag, drop. Bang. I've got a small player pool for single entry. I mean, you can make a small player pool for your single entry, probably 25 players. Upload them in FC, pick your quarterback you want for your stack, and then just crunch. My gosh. The private lineup building stream I do on Saturday inside Discord, I think CG might come over and join us. Oh, yeah, that's even better, CG, instead of just quarterback. Good point, man. So click 1 p.m. 4:25. So I've made that as my main slate. I got all the A-B tiers for value and projections. Bang. Look at that player pool. There it is. That's the pool. Small. What is that, 25-ish players? We got salary relief options, 2.942, 5K, 6K. So it's like you're not getting only 9K players. You could absolutely make a lineup with this. You could just put this group as your only players. You uncheck all other players in FC. You go through here. You find your quarterback. You do a quick lineup building rule in your position stacks. Or friends, just take the ones you want, lock them, and crunch for one lineup. Boom. Done. Done. Like, that is it. Yeah, I'm like 90% positive I'm not going with a Tua or Josh Allen stack this week. It like, for me, I am really looking at these quarterbacks right here. Like, I'm just going to be fully honest. My stack is coming out of one of these 2 games on FanDuel for my single entry and DraftKings. And I'll probably do this. Whichever one I choose for FanDuel, whichever game I stack in FanDuel, I'm going to stack the other one in DK. And I end up posting my members. I end up posting my shell lineup for members. And you know what? We made a major adjustment this week for our, let me bring this over in here. By the way, if you're like, dang, that's pretty nice. And you don't want to, first off, if you pay this, you might be like, well, 39 is a lot, but you get $20 to Fancy Cruncher. That's not a lot. For everything you get, for every single sport, this is an extremely good value. And you get $20 to use on Fancy Cruncher. So for this 40, you get access to the best optimizer in the world and my website and all of our stuff. Every single sport, every single slate, everything is covered. Now, we're making a slight adjustment this week. And by the way, if you're like, oh, man, why? Maybe I just want NFL. Okay. By all means. How freaking nice is this? We're making an adjustment. I'm going to show you real quick. So when you go to the cores, which looks super smooth on mobile, what we're going to be doing this week is taking our cores, and we're actually going to be, I've told my staff, what I want them to do is build a lineup And then I want them to go ahead and just remove like 3 pieces or so. And then just post that in on the course. So from going forward, what you'll be able to do is see basically like shell lineup from each person. So like you want Davin Puckle on FanDuel, you want Scrosby for DraftKings, whatever. You go in there and you can see, well, what's their shell single entry? It won't be a full lineup. We're not lineup sellers, but we're going to help people with like an easy button. You go ahead and use something like that. You go to the Study Hub, just click the AB tiers. Yeah, I mean, this stuff gets easier and easier by the day. Upload this in FC if you're not going to use the cores. Make your mini player pool, crunch out a lineup. I mean, there are many different ways to build. I know I've been a little all over today about where I'm going with this stream, but I think there's just so much cool stuff we're doing. I kind of wanted to cover a lot of it today. Let's go look at the quarterbacks on DK. I've already got the DraftKings stuff upload. DK name. Just keep it simple. Just want the projections and the values included. I'm winning this. I'm winning something this week. I'm telling you now. I was close last week. I was close. I was off by like a pick or two. I was on the right stack. I had Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews, and Tyreek Hill as my FanDuel stack. That's the one I gave to members too in the private Discord stream. I just needed one more. I needed Waddle, and I take down the $75. All right, so again, I can't sort or filter that. Let's look at the prices real quick. So Hertz 7.6 AA. Cousins 6.7. Wentz 6.3. And Tua at 6.1K is interesting. That upside is just enormous. 5.8 for Goff. A little bit expensive for me. That would be the 4 if I weren't choosing anybody else. Got a lot to think about for DK. So like if I had Jefferson 9.3, Amon-Ra St. Brown 7.2, I really like that stack. Let me see the Washington price players. Devonta at 5.2. What's Samuel? Where is he? Jahan Dotson 4.6. Samuel 5.1. What's A.J. Brown? 6.4 for Terry McLaurin. 7.3 A.J. Brown. 3.5 for Logan Thomas. Goddard at 4.7. Yeah, I'm telling you right now, DK likely going to be a Hertz or Wentz. In FanDuel, where I'm not looking to build as big of a lineup stack, game stack, I can be a little bit more simplistic and go probably Cousins at 7.6 with Jefferson 9.5. Or again, I'm only caring about touchdowns. Tons of touchdown equity. And I'm going to say Brown 7.8. Jared Goff throwing touchdowns lately too. At 4 and 2. I mean, dating back to last season, he's had, and this is the Amon-Ra St. Brown stretch too, by the way, right? So he's had 2+ passing touchdowns in 6 of the last 7 regular season games. Ceiling's just not there, though. Look at this. I mean, even though he's done that, 26 is his best. Man, Cousins really the same, though. Maybe the 2% owned Jared Goff is the move on FanDuel. Let's take a peek real quick. Just see what it looks like in here. Sometimes super helpful. All right, so that's plenty of money left over. And then if I were to focus on in Washington as the other pieces, come back to those guys. Oh, super affordable. Super affordable. I mean, I don't know if you need anybody on Dallas. Or excuse me, Philly. Honestly. Like maybe that's where Goddard goes. He's going to catch a touchdown sooner or later, right? 5'9". I mean, I like this. Two running backs, wide receiver, and a defense. I go cheap on defense. Take a peek at the main slate. A lot of good defenses this week. Let's go look at all of them real quick. If I go cheap on D, I mean, Stafford keeps throwing picks. They just keep throwing interceptions. He just keeps throwing interceptions. I think he led the NFL last year. What was he at 4 through the first 2 weeks, I believe? So, like, listen, they sack him 2 times, they get a pick, and you've got a baseline of 4 points with upside of a pick 6, fumble, more sacks, low point total. Like, that's interesting. Yeah, no, 100%. 100%. Jags were my pick last week, too. I'm on them again if Herbert's out. Maybe Seattle at home against Mariota. You go Bungles after they burned everybody last week. You're playing this week. I mean, you go cheap down here at one of these teams. All right, something like that. And look, I mean, you got 6-8 left for 2 running backs and a wide receiver. You can get a cheap wide receiver any day. On a FanDuel, there's running backs are a dime a dozen down here. I mean, you're going to find somebody who's going to touch the football. I mean, look at freaking Cam Akers, right? I mean, this is a guy who had the lion's share of the carries in week 2. What if this continues? You're playing Cam Akers at 5'8". Everybody goes to the passing game. You go to Devin Singletary. Rashad Penny got phased out of the game last week, basically, because Kenneth Walker was back and they were down by like 20. But what if they're winning at home? Oh, there's just plenty of spots here where you can make this work. Let's go look at DK real quick. Get the juices are flowing now. All right, so that was Goff. People out there like, I'm watching the stream to have him build a Goff stack. Miles Sanders is still super cheap. 20 touches and 15 touches, and he's still in the 5s? Wow. I mean, Gibson's $1,000 more for the same workload. Philly's favored by 6. Problem is Jalen Hurts just keeps taking those touchdowns. He's got 3 in the first 2 games. It's actually an interesting, as I'm thinking through it, if you're not using Jalen Hurts this week, you might just want to put in Miles Sanders. Kind of leverage the Jalen Hurts ownership. You don't want these two together, but if you're not on Hurts and he's not running the football in 3 times in 2 games, Sanders is finally going to get his, right? I mean, they are favored in a 52.5 point total. So you have the opportunity to get somebody getting a rushing touchdown, right? What do you think, chat? If you're not on Hurts, you're just leveraging Hurts on DK with Miles Sanders. Why not together? Because you're talking about touchdowns, right? So if Miles Sanders scores from the 5-yard line, 3-yard line, guess who didn't run it in? Jalen Hurts. So you take away from Hurts. What if Hurts runs a goal line touchdown in? Okay. Does Sanders get one? Does he get one later? I don't know. He got one in week 1. Could play them together if you'd like. Yeah, I'm thinking this would be the spot I would pay up for these guys. I think that as I'm putting this together, I see a lot of people going cheapies, right? So I go the other direction like that. Everybody's paying for Devonta Smith, who just went, 7 for 80? Curtis Samuel, who's been fantastic the first 2 weeks. Tons of targets. 11 targets, 9 targets first 2 weeks. 7 catches, 9 catches first 2 weeks. It's been fantastic. And he's 5.1K, so I think everybody pays for him if they stack this. So I get different. I use A.J. Brown. I mean, A.J. Brown goes back to his week 1, and boom. Terry McLaurin's going to explode here sooner or later. And when he does, you know who's not going to explode? Curtis Samuel. So maybe Terry and AJ go for 50 this week. Hurts gets me another 25. I'm at 75. Logan Thomas gets a touchdown. Goes like 4 for 40 and a score. Okay, there's 14. That's a filthy start to my lineup. So I'll have to be very specific about how I put together my stack rules, because each of these quarterbacks I want to use differently. I'm not prepared to do it on stream right now. I'll do it on the private stream for Discord tomorrow. I probably focus on groups more than rules this week, because it's going to be very specific of who I want with each quarterback on each site. Very specific. I'm not trying to use Jared Goff with DJ Chark. Like if Goff throws for 302 scores, Amon-Ra St. Brown was the big reason why. If Kirk Cousins pays off his price tag, it's not because Adam Thielen had 150 receiving yards. It's because Justin Jefferson went nuclear. So I'll be using groups and probably not stack rules as much, other than limiting and stuff like that. Good stream. Good stream. I feel prepared for lineup building tomorrow. I think these Friday streams have been really smooth as far as preparing to build lineups. I think if anybody's getting a lineup built for them on a Friday, hit the eject button on who you're watching, what you're watching. I don't know. How are you ready? How are you ready? Everyone focuses on Thursday night football, and then what? All of a sudden they're ready to build a lineup Friday morning for Sunday? I don't know. You're waiting on practice reports. You want the final injury report, things like that. Exactly, Brian. Like this stream is like the preparation stream. Saturday, the private stream, I do the private Discord stream. And by the way, I mean, not as many people showed up for that as I thought they would. And if they did, they saw the FanDuel Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews, Tyreek Hill stack. That was my lineup I made, right? And I showed the lineup that I built on the stream. Real King, yeah, I'm actually it is 10:15 Fridays going forward, because at 9:30 I do a Twitter Spaces show, which kind of got thrown into the schedule mid-season. So yeah, it's 10:15 on Fridays. Yep. Got you. Got you. That was fun. I gotta eat though. I'm hungry. I'm not ready to talk about any other players or stacks, my friend, but I can already tell you this. No. No. I'm not stacking Mac Jones with anybody. Then you know who to stack him with. Pass. Could go out there and throw 303, Could. Anybody could. It's got the matchup against the Ravens. Can you make it work? That's a good milli maker stack, right? You're trying to take down a large tournament. I mean, you're getting a sub 1% owned type of lineup build there if you're using Mac Jones for sure. All right, team. I'll see you in Discord. Tomorrow, I'm going to try to do the stream. Actually, I have family in town this weekend. So Saturday stream maybe not be as scheduled as I want it to be. It'll probably be more impromptu, like, hey, y'all, I got an hour. I'll go live in like 30 minutes at 2 p.m. or something. So be on the lookout for the alert in the private Discord channels, and I'll let you know what time that show is. And then I will post my lineup building shells in Discord as well Sunday morning after my Sunday morning show. When I build my final lineups, I'll take a screenshot of my lineup, the shell form of it, not the full. I won't give away a full, but it'll be like 5-6 players, and then talk about why, what I'm doing, how I'm looking at building this lineup, the types of players I want to use to build out the rest of the spots. So you'll have a good idea of what to do. And again, the core builds inside the website itself will now be a little bit different, as I've instructed my team to basically do shell builds instead of like favorite plays. It'll literally be shell build lineup. So a little bit of an adjustment. I think it's going to be awesome for members. I will see you on the inside. I just posted a link for you again, and you guys can go ahead and snag that link if you want it. And you guys can check out all the different ways to join up. Again, the all access, you get $20 to use Fancy Cruncher. And then if you want to get like just sport by sport, you can do that, but you don't get FC, but you'll still get access to everything we have. All right. I'll see you on the inside, my friends. Fortune favors the bold.